Yes. So today we are going to start that the questions which are coming based on chemical tests. They will ask you the question like that: give a chemical test to distinguish between two compounds or two salts. So if the such type of the questions are asked to you, first of all, see whether the cations are different or anions are different. If cations are different, you can use the reagent sodium hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide as per our requirement. If anions are different, you can use either silver nitrate or barium chloride as per the requirement. If one is ammonium and the other one is non-ammonium, so in that case you can use the reagent alkali. So I am going to write here on the board. You can write in your copy. So if cations are different, then the reagents used sodium hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide. In the two compounds, if the cations are different, then you will use the reagent either sodium hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide. Second, if anions are different, the reagents used silver nitrate or barium chloride. Solution. Then third case, if one salt is ammonium and the other salt is non-ammonium, then in that situation reagents that alkali will be used, either sodium hydroxide or calcium hydroxide. So this is the formula. It is not given in the book, but the questions are given. So first you note down that, just you see, in the questions based on chemical test, in the given two compounds, just to see if the cations are different, then you will use the reagent either sodium hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide. If anions are different, then you will use the reagent either silver nitrate or barium chloride. If one salt is ammonium and the other salt is non-ammonium, then the reagent used will be alkali, either sodium hydroxide or calcium hydroxide. All have written?
Yes, sir.
So just to see. First question. Give a chemical test to distinguish between copper sulfate and zinc sulfate solution. Give a chemical test to distinguish between copper sulfate and zinc sulfate solution. Just you see, in that salt, what is different? Whether the cations are different or anions are different. Are you able to recognize cations and anions?
Yes, sir.
Just you see, this copper sulfate and zinc sulfate. Now the question for you, which cation is present in copper sulfate? Which cation is present in copper sulfate? Cu2 plus. Which cation is present in zinc sulfate? Zn2 plus. And regarding the anions, negative ions are called the anions and positive ions are called the cations. So the negative ion sulfate is there, that in both the salts same is there. So the first formula you can apply, that if cations are different, we can use either sodium hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide. So both the reagents can be used here. So just you see, when sodium hydroxide solution is added in copper sulfate, you will get a pale blue precipitate. It is insoluble in excess. Here you will, if you use, you will get the gelatinous white precipitate that is soluble in excess. So answer, note down in your copy. When sodium hydroxide solution is added in copper sulfate solution, pale blue precipitate is formed. Pale blue precipitate is formed. It is insoluble. It is insoluble in excess sodium hydroxide. So this is the test for copper sulfate. When sodium hydroxide solution is added in copper sulfate solution, pale blue precipitate is formed. It is insoluble in excess sodium hydroxide. For zinc sulfate, when sodium hydroxide solution is added in zinc sulfate solution, gelatinous white precipitate is formed. It is soluble in excess sodium hydroxide. It is soluble in excess sodium hydroxide. In such question I want to tell you, that you have to use the same reagent and then different observation you are getting. You cannot use for one compound one reagent and for other compound another reagent. For example, here you have taken the sodium hydroxide, here you can take the ammonium. That is wrong. Same reagent you have to use. So just to see what is written here, when sodium hydroxide solution is added in copper sulfate solution, pale blue precipitate is formed. It is insoluble in excess sodium hydroxide. Chemical equation not required. Only on the observation we are giving the mark. Here, when sodium hydroxide solution is added in zinc sulfate solution, gelatinous white precipitate is formed. It is soluble in excess sodium hydroxide. Chemical equation is not required. If you want, you can write. Otherwise, I suggest you that you can leave the chemical equation. Unnecessary. That you will create the problem for yourself. So this much observation means one observation for copper sulfate and one for the zinc sulfate. Suppose that if one you write for copper sulfate and one you leave for the zinc sulfate, then also the mark will not be given. Both should be given. So now the next question. Have you written? Yes. Next one is a next question. Give a chemical test to distinguish between calcium nitrate and magnesium nitrate solution. Next one is give a chemical test to distinguish between calcium nitrate and magnesium nitrate solution. Give a chemical test to distinguish between calcium nitrate and magnesium nitrate solution. This is the next question. That give a chemical test to distinguish between calcium nitrate and magnesium nitrate solution. So just you see what is different here. Calcium ion and magnesium ion. Cations are different. Regarding the anions, here nitrate, there also nitrate. So the best reagent you can take here, I suggest you that ammonium hydroxide. When you add ammonium hydroxide in calcium nitrate, no precipitate is formed, but in that magnesium nitrate, you will get dull white precipitate. And if you are using sodium hydroxide, then the problem will be there because in both the cases, white precipitate is formed. So the best reagent is ammonium hydroxide. So answer you can write when ammonium hydroxide solution is added in calcium nitrate solution, no PPT is formed. Another, when ammonium hydroxide solution is added, when ammonium hydroxide solution is added in magnesium nitrate solution, dull white precipitate is formed. Dull white precipitate is formed. Note down. When ammonium hydroxide solution is added in calcium nitrate solution, no precipitate is formed. When ammonium hydroxide solution is added in magnesium nitrate, dull white precipitate is formed. All of you answer is clear or not? Yes. Now the next question. Give a chemical test to distinguish between sodium chloride and sodium nitrate solution. Can I rub? So next question, give a chemical test, test to distinguish between sodium chloride and sodium nitrate solution. This is the question. Now the question for you, in this sodium chloride and sodium nitrate, what is different? Whether the cations are different or anions are different?
Anions.
Anions are different. Yes, correct. This just you see here chloride ion, here nitrate ion. So I want to tell you that I have given the two reagents, that silver nitrate and barium chloride. So for the chloride testing, we are using the silver nitrate. For the chloride testing, we use the reagent silver nitrate. And for sulfate testing, we use barium chloride. So in any salt, if chloride ion is there, if you add silver nitrate, white precipitate is formed. In any salt, if the sulfate ion is there, if you add barium chloride, that white precipitate is formed. Because in the first case, AgCl is formed, AgCl is insoluble. In the second case, barium sulfate is formed, that is insoluble. So here you are correct that anions are different. So I suggest you can use the reagent silver nitrate. So when the silver nitrate is added in sodium chloride, you will get white precipitate, but when the silver nitrate is added in sodium nitrate, no precipitate is formed. And if you are using barium chloride, the barium chloride will not give the precipitate to any, either NaCl or NaL. So answer you can note down, answer of this question. When silver nitrate solution is added, when silver nitrate solution is added in sodium chloride solution, a white PPT is formed. Another one, when silver nitrate solution is added in sodium nitrate solution, no precipitate is formed. No PPT is formed. So this is the answer. When this question asked in board paper, 2 times so far they have asked this question in board paper. Then some of the students, they have written that NaCl is heated with concentrate H2SO4. Then a colorless gas is released. It gives a dense white flume with a glass rod dipped in ammonium hydroxide. Council has not given the mark on that test. It is given that in a solution form. It is given in a solution form. It is not given a solid state. So that's why mark was not. Mark was given only on this one. This is the absolutely correct answer. With concentrate H2SO4, they could not get the mark. But one student was very smart. What he has written that first sodium chloride solution is heated to the dryness, then it is heated with concentrate H2SO4. Means he knows that it is a solution. It cannot give the HCl gas. So that's why he has heated to the dryness, then heated with concentrate H2SO4. So in that situation, the mark was given because the student knows about that it is solution is there, it will not give the HCl gas. So I suggest you, if such question asked to you, then you better to write with silver nitrate. Now, next question. Have you written this one?
Yes, sir.
Next question. Give a chemical test to distinguish between. Now, next question. Give a chemical test to distinguish between that sodium sulfate and sodium chloride. Sodium sulfate and sodium chloride solution. This is the question, next question. So just you see what is different here, whether the cation is different or anion is different in this question. Yes. What is different here? Cations or anions?
Anions.
Yes, anions are different. Here sulfate is there and here chloride is there. So here the best reagent is barium chloride, because I told that for sulfate testing we use the barium chloride. So if you take barium chloride here, white precipitate is formed and here no precipitate is formed. But suppose that if you take silver nitrate, so silver nitrate will form here silver sulfate white precipitate, silver chloride there also white precipitate. So in the both the cases, by silver nitrate white precipitate is formed. So the best reagent here, that barium chloride solution. So just to see the answer, what is the answer here? Just first you listen, then I will write. When barium chloride solution is added in a sodium sulfate, white precipitate is formed. But when barium chloride solution is added in sodium chloride, no precipitate is formed. When barium chloride solution is added in sodium sulfate, when barium chloride solution is added in sodium sulfate solution, white precipitate is formed. When barium chloride solution is added, when barium chloride solution is added in sodium chloride solution, no PPT is formed. So in the second situation, no precipitate is formed. Just to see the chemical equation I can give you, but it is not required. So this sodium sulfate react with barium chloride. So this will form sodium chloride and barium sulfate. So because of this barium sulfate, you are getting the white precipitate. But here if you take that sodium chloride with barium chloride, then no precipitate is there, no PPT, no reaction is there, is no precipitate is there. So the chemical equation is not required, only observations are required. Same reagent you have to use. So here when barium chloride is added, white precipitate, and here when barium chloride is added, then no precipitate. When this question asked in board paper, some of the students, they have used a different reagent. Just you see what they have written, that here in sodium sulfate, barium chloride solution is added, white precipitate is formed. But in sodium chloride, when silver nitrate solution is added, then again white precipitate. So they could not get the mark. I told you that the same reagent you have to use. Same reagent, one will give the test and one will not give the test. Now next question, that two types already I have given you, that cations are different and anions are different. Now the third types I am going to give you, that one is ammonium salt, other one is non-ammonium salt. So give a chemical test, to distinguish between, give a chemical test to distinguish between ammonium chloride and sodium chloride. Both are in a solid state, that we have to differentiate between ammonium chloride and sodium chloride. So just you see, one is ammonium salt is there and the other one is non-ammonium salt is there. Already you have studied when any ammonium salt is heated with alkali, then ammonia gas is coming. So just you see how we can write the answer. I will explain it, then I will write. This ammonium chloride, when it is heated with alkali, this will form sodium chloride, water and ammonia. It means you have to give the test for ammonia gas. So what will happen here? When ammonium chloride is heated with sodium hydroxide, a colorless pungent smell gas is released. It gives a dense white fume with a glass rod dipped in concentrate HCl. But when it is heated, then no gas is released. This is the answer. So answer you note down. When ammonium chloride is heated with, when ammonium chloride is heated with sodium hydroxide, a colorless pungent smell gas is released. It gives a dense white fumes. It gives a dense white fumes with a glass rod dipped in concentrated SC. Then next one, when sodium chloride is heated with, sodium hydroxide, no gas is released. This way you can write the answer. Mark will be given on your observation. That equations are not required. So for the explanation, I have given you how the test will be conducted. Just you see this ammonium chloride when heated with sodium hydroxide, this ammonia gas is coming. And this reaction you are familiar, that when NH3 gas react with HCl gas, this will form ammonium chloride solid. So in a test tube, if ammonia gas is coming, you take a glass rod dipped in concentrate HCl, dense white fume. If that from the test tube HCl gas is coming, then you take a glass rod dipped in ammonium hydroxide, dense white fume. In both the cases, you will get dense white fumes. What is the reason? Because two gases react to form a solid ammonium chloride. So because of the solid particle of ammonium chloride, you are getting dense white fume. So now this chemical test, that all the three types of questions given to you, and now we can discuss the board questions. So in that one also you will get such type of the questions. So just you take page number 68. Page number 68, 2004. Yes. So ICSC board questions. ICSC board questions. that 2004. First question, that sodium hydroxide solution is added first in a small quantity, then in excess to the aqueous salt solution. First one is given copper second sulfate, second one is zinc nitrate, lead nitrate, iron third sulfate. State in each case the color of the precipitate when NaOH is added in small quantity and the nature of the precipitate, soluble or insoluble, when sodium hydroxide is added in excess quantity. Means you have to give the color of the precipitate whether it is soluble or insoluble. So first one is given, that A is given copper sulfate. So in this case, that pale blue precipitate is formed, pale blue PPT is formed. It is insoluble in excess sodium hydroxide. Then the second one, zinc nitrate. Zinc nitrate. Here gelatinous white precipitate is formed, that is soluble in. So gelatinous white PPT is formed. It is soluble in excess sodium hydroxide changes to colorless. Changes to colorless. Now see what is given, lead nitrate. Lead nitrate. In this one, chalky white precipitate is formed. It is soluble in excess sodium hydroxide, changes to colorless. So chalky white precipitate is formed. It is soluble in excess sodium hydroxide, changes to colorless. After lead nitrate, iron third sulfate. D, that iron third sulfate. So here reddish brown precipitate is formed. It is insoluble in excess sodium hydroxide. So reddish brown PPT is formed. It is insoluble in excess sodium hydroxide. Now that second question, what is given? Write balance equation aluminium and zinc warmed with sodium hydroxide. So A, B with aluminium with sodium hydroxide and zinc with sodium hydroxide. So this water you can take, this will form sodium aluminate NaAlO2 plus H2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Here this will form Na2 ZnO2 plus H2. So this 2004 that is over, and now we will take the next one, that 2005, in the tomorrow's class. Okay. So today up to here. So what you have studied, that the problem based on chemical test, you read it properly, learn it properly. So in the next class, you will get the questions based on chemical test also, and whatever the topics you have prepared. So third B chapter, you can prepare it, then we will discuss the question answers. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.